between Partick Thistle and Hearts ended 1-1. Who would reach the semi-finals? Commentary comes from Liam MacLeod.
A hat-trick of changes for Craig Levein to the side that overcame Dundee on Saturday. Mulroney, Lee and Whiten all come in. Morrison, Haring and Vanacek drop out of the starting 11. Gary Caldwell makes 2 changes after watching his side climb off the bottom of the championship with that win over Dundee United. Captain Bannigan's back from injury and Mansell starts up front as he did in the first game last week. Might break the way of Whiten here. This is Piesu, who's taken a tumble on the edge of the box. Bobby Madden says free kick. Hearts bossed the first half, in particular at Firhill last week. Christoph Berra's header gave him the lead. He stayed back for this one. The free kick is beaten past by Hazard. It's a decent effort from Garuccio, who set up Berra's header last week. There's Whiten. Not the best pass in the world. Well, Thistle have been decent on the road. They lost at Dunfermline last time out, but it was 3 successive away victories before that. It's McDonald's cross, Mansell's header. He's lost his bearings a little bit, albeit he's doing well to score with a header from just right at the penalty spot. Well, Gary Caldwell claimed they deserved a shot at Hearts again here at Tynecastle. A corner from Slater, who set up their equaliser, which was scored by Christy Elliott. Hangs it to the back post. McDonald taps it home. 1-0 Partick Thistle. It's 3-5 for Scott McDonald. And the championship strugglers lead at Tynecastle. Slater again, the architect. The header down, and McDonald pounced. It's Garuccio. It's Hearts who have to answer the question. It's Thistle who came back last week. Sean Clare's effort produces a comfortable save. Hearts playing in their change colours at Tynecastle this evening. Slater taking on Spittle. Whiten to Piesu. Oh, he scored! It's 1-1! And he is delighted with that as he goes straight to his manager. Well, Conor Hazard might feel he could have done better with this. He was outfoxed by the element of surprise. And it's Piesu as Hearts back on terms. Match back to where it ended in Glasgow last Monday evening. And Saunders and Hazard are in trouble. Mulroney goes down. Penalty Hearts. Yellow for the keeper. Well, if in doubt, kick it out, is the saying, but he must have had the shout from the keeper. Mulroney's presence was enough. Was it just inside? It will be Sean Clare, who scored the winner against Dundee at the weekend. And he's put Hearts in front. Scored the decisive goal against Livingston in round 4. He sends Hazard the wrong way. And Hearts have the lead, which they had for most of the time last week. A decisive spot kick. You could argue Thistle have bigger fish to fry when it comes to trying to stave off back-to-back relegations. They'd love a cup semi-final. This is Piesu. It's Anderson's tackle. Arms outstretched from referee Madden. I think Piesu can't believe that. There was a challenge on Whiten by Cardle just before that. No penalty. Chipped out to Penrice, who's been ransacked by Craig Whiten. And Hearts have plenty in support of this. Still options in the box. One of them's clear. And you would think another Hearts goal would put the Jags to bed. Just Haring. Really atrocious conditions in the capital, as there is across much of the country, but the rain tumbling down, the wind swirling around Gorgie. It's Arno Zoom. Ikpeazu's a nice turn, and Anderson, he's hit the deck again. This time it is a penalty. Hearts' second of the evening, and they will have an opportunity to seal that semi-final against Inverness Cally Thistle. And quarter-final and semi against two championship sides is a decent draw. It will be Ikpeazu. Oh, it's poor. It was a soft-looking penalty. Partick Thistle will feel justice has been done with that. Hearts just cannot put Thistle away. And that's come through to McDonald. Up against Giruccio. Oh, and he fizzes it just past. And he got plenty behind it, McDonald. Dodgy night for goalkeepers, you just never know. A few pops from distance. Haring, it's a lovely ball, and Whiten. He will have been keen to take his chance, and the first team opportunities have been few and far between since his move from Dens Park. It's Haring. Hearts, the 8-time winners of the Scottish Cup, looking for number 9 this season. Ikpeazu. And that was about as good as his penalty. Although his goal in the first half was crucial to the comeback. It's an awkward one. It's Suter's challenge. And it is a free kick. John Suter booked. He was named in Alec McLeish's Scotland squad for the trips to Kazakhstan and San Marino. And Thistle have a big opportunity here. Craig Slater. It's well past. And Thistle's hopes of progressing to the semis might have gone with it. It has taken a deflection behind for the corner. Lofted forward by McDonald. Time running out for the Jags. It's Berra's challenge on Miles Storey. The Thistle sub. Bobby Madden not interested. It's inside the box as well.
We went behind, and obviously you never want to do that. We didn't start as well as I'd hoped. Went behind, but all credit to the boys. We quickly regrouped, and once we got back in the game with Uchi's goal, I felt we then took control. And I didn't feel, in all honesty, that Partick caused us any problems until the last 5 minutes of the match after that.
That's just a huge disappointment. I thought we put so much into the game. Played really well, got the lead. Disappointing probably with the 2 goals we conceded, but in terms of effort, energy, commitment, bravery to pass the ball in tight areas and try and play, I thought we were brilliant and deserved something for the game, in my opinion.
It's a good win for the team. Obviously we got there in the end, and it was tough, and Partick Thistle, fair play to them, they threw everything at us towards the end of the game, but yeah, we're through, so that's the most important thing.
Yeah, fantastic for Hearts. They are through to the semi-finals. They'll take on Inverness Cally Thistle this time next month. But it was the perfect start for Partick Thistle, and they took the lead. Stephen, your presenting buddy on the Friday Night Football, Scott McDonald, with a goal, or was it?
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
We'll give him the goal bonus.
Initially, it's good play, you know, a lovely floated cross to the back post. Is this in? Is it over the line? Unfortunately, we don't have Hawkeye, but Scott still tries his best to miss it. And I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He tucks it in the corner rather than the middle of the goal, which is what all good strikers do, hit the corners. But you're right, the perfect start. Is it in?
Proper trial.
Inconclusive. We'll give it to Scott, I think. What are you saying,
Strikers
James?
union for you. Surely you've got to give it to the striker.
Are you giving it to the striker?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah. No, I think it was Scott's goal. And you're right, the perfect start for Partick Thistle.
Absolutely.
But for me, I thought that they offered more to this game than they did the first game at Firhill. I thought that Thistle passed the ball a lot better. I thought they looked more of a threat. But again, for me, they struggled to deal with just the physical prowess of Ikpeatsu. I thought, again, you know, it caused so many problems.
Let's talk about Ikpeatsu, because huge presence in the Scottish game this season. His last goal before this was the 25th of August, James.
Yeah, I mean, it's his overall play. Since you've got to remember, he was out for 4 or 5 months as well.
True.
So it's just his pure physical presence. Stephen Anderson, Tomo thinks he should get tight. I think you're happy that he's going away from goal here. But it's a fantastic
He gets himself
finish.
into a good area between the two centre halves. But
Bad
for
goal to
me,
lose.
I don't think a striker should ever get the time to take a touch and try and turn. All right, he's turning when he's facing away from goal when he does turn, but he does get the space to be able to do that in the box. So between the two of them, they probably should have got a bit closer. But it's a great finish and goes through Anderson's legs, which is
We'll
probably
talk
a
more
bit
about
unlucky.
Ikpeatsu, because Gary Caldwell had a few things to say about him as well. But Sean Clare, he got the he scored the penalty. Was it a penalty?
Yep, for me, but I think it's got to be dealt with first. Mulroney, yeah, he does well to get on the end of it, but
Just inside?
Just inside for me, yeah. I think Saunders has got to go and deal with it first time, or he's got an option to just boot it anywhere. He doesn't see Mulroney coming out of his blind side, and it's tucked away nicely by Sean Clare.
You have to say, you know, credit to Hearts for turning things around in this match, James.
Yeah, and they had to. There's massive pressure on them to win the game. They're massive favourites. Especially after the first game at Firhill, they would have been expecting an easier night than what they got. But you've got to give them credit, they did come back into it. Partick Thistle should defend it better, but fair play to Hearts to come back in, and Jake Mulroney chasing the ball in at the end there as well.
There's always contentious issues on sports scene. Gary Caldwell, after the match, saying about Uche Ikpeatsu, sometimes he's the strongest man in the world, other times he goes down in the box like my little girl in the park.
Well, this was soft for me. You know, I don't think a combination of Blair Spittle and Storm Gareth brought the big man down here, because, you know, he must weigh a good, well, I'm going to be kind to him, 16 stone, but for me that is not enough force to put him on the ground. And that's not the best penalty. Yeah, you're right. Not the best penalty you ever see. This is obviously very contentious, and for me, that's a penalty kick.
That could have been huge.
It's massively clumsy from Berra. He might not have meant it, but he brings him down.
Does that matter? It doesn't really matter.
No, he brings him down in the box, and for me, that's a penalty kick. So they've got every right to feel aggrieved there.
Yeah. Partick Thistle, I suppose, James, the focus for them now is obvious. It's all about steering clear of the trapdoor in the championship.
It has to be, but all the qualities that Gary Caldwell spoke about there, the desire, you know, the bravery to get on the ball, these are the things that need to take into the league form.
Yeah.
And by all accounts, they have been playing better, but they need to keep that going, concentrate in the league. They've been fortunate tonight with Falkirk losing as well, so that gives them something, a little boost as well as a performance. So, yeah, they look forward to the league campaign and staying up.
OK, it's been a big night in the Scottish Cup on Sports Scene, and you're watching it here on the new BBC Scotland channel, of course. Well done for finding us, just as well you have if you love Scottish football as well, because first up on Friday, well, there's live coverage of the Highland Derby from 7 o'clock. Then on Saturday, well, it's back to BBC One actually for Sports Scene results. That starts at 4 o'clock. And then back here to the shiny new BBC Scotland channel for all the Ladbrokes Premiership highlights. 7:15 on Sunday night is our new regular time slot. Do not miss it. Now, there was one match in the Premiership last night. St Mirren trying